guys, welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever
we wanna say.
The guys want to talk about crypto. Yes. Anthony wants to talk about porn.
I never took you as the porno type.
Why you put him on blast like that, bro? Why you single him out?
I'm malfunctioning. There's two topics that I love.
Talk about anal sex with dudes.
I love porn
Nick
and crypto.
wants to talk about fucking orgies.
I never knew you're a porno type of guy.
So crypto. Yeah, so like what crypto have you guys been in lately?
Well, my friend,
I'm not gonna tell you because you won't tell me about your porn adventure.
What does porn look
porn?
like?
Crypto porn? Oh, give me that Bitcoin.
It's like non-fungible tokens and non-fuckable tokens.
You gotta fuck for some.
I think there's some porn stars buying porn, or buying
It's gonna be an NFT.
crypto.
NFTs, bro.
Athletes are doing it already, so I bet you they
Best
are.
cum shot scene, NFT.
Those are funny.
You own the original.
Yeah, so how's your crypto world going?
So
What kind of porn stuff you guys talk about though?
Steve's gonna be a millionaire. That's all we know.
No. We're all gonna make it, dude. We're all gonna make it. But point being, there's a lot of sick shit going on right now, and especially in the DeFi space. Check out the DeFi space. But Bitcoin itself is really the one to focus on.
What does DeFi mean?
Decentralized finance, right? So you can.
Isn't it all that?
What's that?
Isn't all of crypto that or something?
I mean, in a way, sure, you could argue that, but this is about replacing a lot of the banking institutions and like what their use cases are with crypto instead, and it's all decentralized.
So is Bitcoin not part of the DeFi space?
No, Bitcoin itself is not a DeFi token in any way. It's a transfer of value and it's a storage of value, but you could do DeFi things with it.
Yeah.
Especially with wrapped Bitcoin or WBTC. Yeah. Which is Bitcoin on the Ethereum network. They basically tether it one-to-one with Bitcoin price-wise, and so you can actually move Bitcoin quicker via Ethereum.
It's way faster. It's almost like instant.
Yeah.
Whenever I swap my Ethereum or like send any Ethereum coins, it's like I get it like in less than a minute.
And
It's
Ethereum's
fucking quick.
about to scale to layer 2 really soon.
And Bitcoin's like it takes an hour.
Exactly.
Sometimes like 3 hours and you're scared shitless because you're like, is my shit just fucking floating in the fucking ether? Where the fuck is my Bitcoin? Because it's not here or here.
Yeah.
I sent it from here to here and it's like...
Because it's good as gold, right? It's a really good...
Who snorted?
Not me. It was Steve while he was talking.
I guess I did it. No, it's good as gold, right? But not money. Bitcoin's really horrible as money because we expect money to act quickly. If I exchange goods for you to give me Bitcoin,
yeah.
you expect that to be instant, right?
Yeah.
But when you
Bitcoin's
trade
horrible as
gold,
money. But yeah, if you want to move gold, how hard is that?
Pretty hard.
It's difficult.
It's heavy.
But as money, there's definitely other options, including like on the Ethereum platform.
When did you first start hearing about crypto? And when did you first start investing? And what made you go, I believe this one?
I think it was like late 2017. Wow. Yeah. And it was my buddy who's in the tech game. He just got.
You could have been a millionaire and you missed out?
Yes.
Over. You'll never be able to make up for it.
Yeah, that's probably how I feel right now.
That's how people are all the time.
You know
Like,
what's funny?
I missed
That's what they said when Bitcoin hit 30,000. They're like, oh, it's over, and it hit 50,000.
That's what they said when it hit 20,000. even.
Yeah.
They're like,
That's why I'm here for the next run when it hits 100,000.
bro. This run it'll hit 100,000 this summer. Watch. But
I want to keep buying more
but
then.
this is so important, right? I remember when Bitcoin hit 20,000 again. After that was the peak from 2018, right? I know people who literally sold the Bitcoin they bought at 20,000 at 20,000 to break even. And now here we are, and it's at 57,000, 58,000.
Oh, is it because they bought it at 20,000 in 2017 when it boomed, and then they saw that long bear, and then
held
they're
for
like,
2 years.
yeah, and then they're like, fuck this shit.
To break even.
It went down to $3,000 and then went...
And then people are going, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Yeah. Just don't fuck up like that. Like if you're investing in something, invest in it. God damn.
Why do you think that happened? So, like, I'm like the opposite of that.
I know.
So I don't.
Intimately.
So I'm trying to wrap around my mind of people who believe this and then they act that way. Because I'm the opposite of that, so I don't naturally think that way. So I'm trying to figure out why would people do that. If you're already gonna, so to me it's like investing or anything, it involves risk,
Yes.
right? And then you have to be responsible for the risk that you sign up for.
But it's emotional, right? So like everything's emotions, right? The stock market's emotions. Like that's why they have like literally an emotions index baked into all that stuff.
What? What does that mean?
They pay attention to how people are feeling about the market.
Okay, so my question is, what goes through someone's mind when they invest? Don't they commit to the possibility that they might lose this money?
You wronged me, investment. I'm mad at you now. I just want to get my money back and go home. That's literally the mindset. It's emotional.
Then why invest?
Well, a lot
Like
of
we're
people,
gambling.
especially when things get like really hype, like right now, a lot of people are trying to make quick money. They don't actually think about the long-term concepts of investment. They don't even think about like the tax repercussions and stuff like that, or like the, you know what I mean, like. They don't think about diversifying their portfolio. They don't think about like actually getting knowledge about the space or having some sort of philosophical foundation for why they're doing something, because you need to have a belief factor as well versus just like, I hope to get quick bucks, you know what I mean, or I hope to make money off this. You got to believe in it, because if it does start to get bearish or things start to go down, there still needs to be this intrinsic like, I still believe in this company, or I still believe in this, you know, like with crypto and the decentralized, you know, finance. There was this whole, I think we did like a JK News episode a couple years ago talking about like centralized banking systems and stuff like that too, right? People being in controls, people being in the shadows, few people like having the power to like exactly to control so much because they control the money. Conspiracies
Some
where
people
you have
don't
to
even
follow
know
the
this
money.
shit.
Yeah.
They don't even know this shit, but they're throwing money at it and then getting sour when they lose it.
Yeah, so once
I'm
they
like,
lose it, they're just
yeah.
like, oh no, it's not gonna come back. I just lost it, let me cut my losses, versus having a belief in what they even invested in the beginning, so that even if it
short-sighted.
does, exactly.
And then they fucked up, and then they start sending me articles about, hey, did you see that this article says Bitcoin's a scam? And I'm like, oh my God, you're basically just monkeys in a barreling trying to get me to sell because you're sad that you missed out.
And
I'm
it's
so
some,
sorry.
it's
by
some
the way.
blog, it's some guy that just writes a Bitcoin blog.
Dude, I've seen a Quora post from a fucking PhD who's like, here's why Bitcoin's fool's gold. And I'm like, dude, you just have your head up your own fucking ass. That's literally
So
all
when
that's happening.
people are like trying to counter you with different articles and stuff, right? Like I do that because I want to hear your perspective to gauge if I'm thinking right.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a way to confirm that they
Are right. To not
they
buy
are
it.
right, and
It's-
then
it's
I want you to
Validate their
join my-
losses.
It's Reddit Buttcoin.
So people care more about being right than making money.
Look
Is
at
that
Reddit,
what it is?
Dude, Reddit Buttcoin is dedicated to this. It's basically like,
Reddit Buttcoin?
it's called Buttcoin. It's basically like, haha, we were right about Bitcoin. Every time that Bitcoin dips, they're like, haha, we were right about Bitcoin.
Ooh, they're just sour. They
people got
have FOMO.
But they're like Peter Schiff. They all he was the gold guy.
Yeah.
That guy gets wrecked every time Bitcoin goes up because people spam his Twitter like, hey, fuck you, Peter Schiff. I'm gonna be richer than you soon. And this cat is basically like, buy gold. That's where he's at.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, gold did go up.
Who's the gold always goes up?
But gold just went down actually.
Who's the guy that always yells at Peter Schiff? The Bitcoin guy, the guy with the glasses.
Which one?
There's a bunch, huh? Yeah. No, he's the guy. I've been seeing him on like Instagram, and it's like on my explore page, and he's just always yelling at Peter Schiff. He was the one ripping up $10 in his face.
Damn.
Did you guys see that guy?
I'm surprised I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, as soon as I mentioned him, I thought you would know.
Glasses?
He has glasses.
Bitcoin or Ethereum? What's his thing?
Oh, I don't know if it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, but he's a cryptocurrency
Is he
guy.
a Bitcoin maxi?
But basically, if you can
I don't know.
zoom
Little I
out
know.
and if you understand how like money works, right? You can't go wrong with telling people to buy metal like silver and gold, because the way that the money supply works is just printed. So like
Sure.
it deflates.
So then when you buy metal, you're keeping it in your home.
It always goes higher.
No, but like that's what you do. Is you're like physically keeping this
No,
metal?
no. When you buy, you might be investing
can.
into it. Yeah, you can.
There's
but-
different ways to get it. Like you can get gold bricks, but you can also like buy into a fund that has metal or whatever. But the idea is people don't understand how inflation works, right? Like, so a cup of coffee used to be like 25 cents or whatever. It'll never be that cheap ever again. You can't go to a diner and get a fucking coffee for 25 cents.
Unless it's 1950s day.
Right, because every year we lose
losing their ass
like
on it.
3% to
Inflation.
inflation, right? And then the thing is, so now that with the stimulus checks and everything, we dumped so much fucking money, we just devalued the shit out of our dollar.
But cash is king, bro. It's don't worry. Safest
so
place
like
to be is cash.
if you have $10,000 on you right now, 20 years from now, that'll probably be like 8. Who knows, right?
Or less.
Today's video is brought to you by Upstart. And you know, I had a lot of credit card debt after graduating university, as most people do, you know. And it was a tough time for me because I had about $40,000 in debt, and I wish I had this exact thing. Because, you know, what happens with credit cards is we have this thing called APR. And APR, interest, it's the same thing, but to, you know, use their money, to borrow the credit card's money, right? You could pay for things or whatever. They're like, I'll let you borrow it, but I'm gonna put a percentage on for holding on to my money. And so even though I'm paying back the minimum, what ended up happening is like I'm owing more and more money, and I'm like, how am I gonna get out of this debt? Because like I'm not making enough to ever pay this off. So I was lucky enough at the time to find a situation where I was able to get another credit card and get this, you know, lower rate, and then I got to put it all in there. But here's the thing, if I had Upstart, I would totally do that, because just swapping from like credit card to credit card is insane. It's risky, it's dangerous, it's just, you know, you might not be approved for that much. There's like a whole lot of headache behind it. But if I had this opportunity in college, I would 100% do this, because they don't go based off of your credit score. They don't go based off of like anything but your income. They go based off of your income, your job, things like
Education.
And it's more of a fair way, in my opinion, of how they evaluate like if you could pay back or not.
And what's dope is if you get approved the same day, and then the money comes the next business day. So if you're in a shitty situation and you do try to do the whole credit card thing, you gotta wait until they mail you one.
That's exactly what happened for me.
And then so during that whole time, you could be still compounding interest that you owe people. With this one, the money comes super fast. So find out how Upstart can help lower your monthly payment. Go to upstart.com/off-the-record.
Upstart.com/off-the-record, and make sure you use our URL, because I want them to know that we sent you.
Yep.
And loan amounts will be based off of your credit, income, and other things that are in your loan application.
Go to upstart.com/off-the-record.
Is that what happened to? Because I don't know history, but I do know that in Mexico, they used to have a different kind of like bills, like different pesos, and I had a whole bunch of old bills that I don't like. It would say like 10,000 pesos or something, and it was worth very little.
That'll usually be based off of inflation, yeah.
But then, yeah, like what happened there, where they ended up changing their entire currency?
They might have moved their decimal, or like.
And
a
then
lot of
all that
governments
cash
fucked
just
up like
was
this.
like devalued like crazy. Like,
That's like the
it-
Zimbabwe dollars, right?
Yeah, the Zimbabweans, yeah.
That means that they printed too much.
So is that what's gonna happen to the dollar?
That's already happening.
That's
It's
happening now.
That's how
So
they're
this
paying
is
for all this
why everyone's buying real estate, and it's called hedging, right? So like moving your money into different things that's gonna hold value. So like if you buy a house right now, the price of the house and all this stuff might go up because the dollar is getting weaker. So you're moving your money into something that is kind of protecting the value of what you own. So if you have cash, you know, you're kind of out of luck. Like people who save money are losing money by saving it.
Yeah, if you have like 100,000, 50,000 into like a savings account at a bank right now, by the end of the year, you're losing money for sure.
But they think I was sent the boys this ad recently. Remember that? It was like Citibank or somebody, and they're like we have hyper savings
It's like
of 0.5% APR.
Yeah, it's not even 1%.
0.5%.
It's a 0.5% APR.
And they're bragging about it, and they literally hate you.
Like hyper interest.
If you know what the banks think, they literally think that you're a piece of shit, and that you, because they all collude together and they all get to collect interest off of your money that they use to make more money, but they don't pay you for it, which is what banking was supposed to be about. They think that you're so stupid that you look at 0.5% APR with your coffee mug in the morning while you're reading the
I'm
newspaper.
investing, baby!
What a deal!
It doesn't even beat inflation. So technically, if your money doesn't bring you back more than 3%, you're losing money. So if the savings account or whatever, we're gonna give you back 0.5%.
The Fed is a cartel. The
they're
Fed is a
losing
cartel,
money.
and they collude with the banks, and then they basically are going like, hey, here's your 0.5%, while we devalue your currency, like Joe's saying, 3%. So guess what?
more now,
2.5% haven't, like you lost 2.5% then. If
So
you-
the goal is like, okay, you make money in your job or as your business or whatever, right? And then you want to save that money, and then if you want to save it, you want it to last throughout your lifetime. because you don't want to be like, so like, let's say our grandparents' generation or before them during the Great Depression, everyone was like, save, 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 right? Because things weren't inflating at the rate as they are now. So, but it still is like, you could buy a car back then for like, what, $8,000, $10,000 or whatever. So imagine if you worked hella hard back then and you saved up $10,000, because back then $10,000 was like maybe $60,000 now, and you left it in your account till now. You can't buy the same shit with $10,000. That's the whole point.
Not to dunk too hard on this entire topic, but if you took me and Joe's Money Masters course, even as a joke,
that's true.
Last year, we had some pretty dope crypto tips in there. By the way,
people made money.
And people made fuck tons of money. So you know.
Yeah.
What were some of the tips? What's like
We were talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the stuff that was in like bargain prices, literally the bottom of the market.
Yeah, last year,
March.
if you bought it at that time, dude.
People who even just put in $100 have been killing it.
I told you we should have signed up.
for the Money Masters course?
Money Masters.
No one give me the code.
It's funny because everyone shit all over it, and they're like, "How dare you guys all this shit?" But like, bro,
People got mad at you for that?
well, people get mad about everything.
Dude, people always get mad when you're trying to
But
sell stuff.
anybody who took that course and just did a couple of those moves is fucking drop kicking the universe.
And we didn't even tell people anything that was like out of this
nuts.
world.
Nope.
It's like, think about it, right? You guys saw right now the proof of Ethereum and Bitcoin. 2019, 2020, everyone was still saying that it's over. Crypto's over.
It's over.
You're not going to
It
make
was a
any
scam.
more.
The bubble
It's a
popped.
scam.
Tulip mania.
Right? Where are they now? All those fuckers. I bet you they forgot. I bet you they even forgot that they said those things.
Yep. They don't
They're
own it. They
investing in
certainly,
it.
they certainly don't apologize, and they certainly don't own it. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Bitcoin's
Why
at
would they?
57,800 something.
57, right?
Oh shit,
And-
it's still just going on.
Wait, was it 2019 when we did that? No, 2020. We did it during during the
During the
quarantine.
bottom. The bottom.
In the middle of the
Bitcoin was
quarantine
worth
in April.
$3 grand. Oh, I should have
That's so crazy.
Last year?
At 2020.
Yeah.
And we told
Yes.
people, dude,
I
just
was
it's
begging
gonna
everybody.
fucking blow up. Buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum.
Yeah.
My friend's girlfriend bought some.
Some good alt tips.
Yeah,
even,
and then some of our students messaged us back and were like, "Yo, thanks, man.
Thank
I
you.
paid off my school loans and all that
Right.
stuff." And we didn't say anything that was like anything that's super special.
No, we didn't even tell them to buy it. We just said,
No.
like, look into this shit. Start checking this shit out. Diversify in your thoughts, like, and not just like in your portfolio. But
Right.
How
some
do you
people are,
diversify thoughts?
well, so like if I'm the type of person, right, who's like, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, crypto's a scam. I was told it's a scam. My dad really thinks so. So I'm not gonna research scams. Why would I do that? It's a waste of time.
Right.
You're not diversifying your thoughts, like critical thinking about
Yeah.
this. You're a person on Quora. I saw this post. Somebody linked it on one of the crypto Reddits, but it's basically like, do people who are invested in cryptocurrencies realize that it's a scam? Like, and that's such a highfalutin thing, like to look down on an entire industry. It's worth $1.7 trillion right now, and go, it's all a scam.
Yeah.
Like,
If it's such a scam, why did
Without even
Elon
knowing.
buy like 1 point something billion into it?
why are all these companies buying in? Why is
Dumping
the,
in trillions of dollars.
Why is the Nasdaq about to? They're about to have a list of companies that have bought into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Why? It's
I
all
think
such a
that
scam.
anyone who just writes things off and
Like
use
that.
simplistic like reasoning to do it, like for example, right? I mean, like this is the core of how racism or things like stereotypes are formed in a human's mind. Like they're so simplistic that they write off a whole entire group. And then they say, oh, it's because of this reason.
Don't you know they're all
right?
like that?
Oh yeah, they're all this way,
Yeah.
right? And then so if you have and hold this type of mentality, and it's not for comedy because it's fun to play with tropes, but if you're really thinking this way, you're never going to be successful at anything. In my opinion, it's because you write it off and you don't do the due diligence to investigate. Well, even if it is a scam, like look into it. Why is it?
Yeah.
You know? And then usually people can't answer, or they're just regurgitating whatever bullshit, like bullet point shit that,
CNBC article.
yeah, whatever they said.
Something to flood it, by the way, so that they can drive the price of Bitcoin down, so they can all buy Bitcoin for cheaper
Out
and
of all
cheaper
the,
prices.
out of all the Bitcoin, like, I guess excuses that people say why not to buy Bitcoin.
I just don't understand it.
What's the most frustrating one? That
I just
one?
don't understand it, so I can't buy it because I don't understand it. If I don't understand how blockchain works, I can't buy it. Literally, you don't even need to use blockchain to buy it, but it's fine.
Well, here's another
I
thing,
use Square.
right? Like,
Square Cash. Cash App.
real estate is great and I'm making on passive income what I probably had to pump $500,000 or more into to get the same amount of passive income. No, actually, I probably had to pump in $1 million to get this kind of passive income, and I'm doing that on a quarter of the price. So it just sucks that right now we're sitting on a gold mine, and you can argue that it's short term, not long term, and it's volatile, and it's fine.
Agreed.
It's all about timing. I think that's what it is, right? Like during the dot-com boom of, the 80s or 90s, when this happened, a lot of people got fucking extremely rich. A lot of people failed too, but it's all about timing and moving it at the right. So it's like success is relative to people who can time it right.
Well, it's a cycle though. It's all a cycle. But the idea that this is all just a big fucking scam, and then it's just a Ponzi, and every time there's new people buying the Ponzi and selling on top of the other people's heads, you're not actually looking into the ecosystem, what these companies are doing, what these projects are about. Like the fact that people can buy and sell and lend and become a bank right now and lend their crypto or borrow their crypto against somebody else's crypto. Right now, you can do all this shit without anybody's permission. It's literally a threat to the institutions of the world, a threat to the Fed, a threat to the war economy that we have that literally drives everything.
Which is a scam.
Correct. That's the real scam. So is fiat currency. It's a real fucking scam, actually. And if you look into it, your money's not backed by anything.
Yeah, but people, when they
time.
see established things, that becomes the baseline of what is true to them. So if they were born into this world and the banking system already existed, that becomes the institution of credibility, right? So like, you just got to get into the psychology of like the way people think, and like they're like, oh, this is the truth, so I'm going based off of first and foremost fiat, which is like, the money that we use. This is what I'm used to. This is my, and then so I think understanding new ideas or success or like making money also comes from being able to go a little bit outside of that and then finding opportunity. Because at the end of the day, I think what people are looking for is a for sure bet without any risk, because it's scary. And then this whole time I'm trying to think about the psychology behind people who invest and then they get angry that they lose money, because there's winners and losers.
Most of those people, though, remember, like most of those people who don't even understand, though, or jump in, they're jumping even to speak about it right now is because it's on a hype train right now, right?
Yeah.
Like people weren't talking about it like this a year ago, or the people who were talking
Some
about
of us
it.
were.
So, yeah, the people who are talking about it, though, are the people who maybe are understanding it or really paying attention, or at the same time are winning from it, right? But when suddenly it becomes like mass popular culture, it's in like every article, right? Like a bunch of like different hedge funds are jumping in, a bunch of different corporations are jumping in. Now when everybody starts to talk about it, that's when it in and of itself like inflates to a point where there's probably going to be a correction, right? Ultimately,
There's
always corrections.
Yeah.
so that being said, because it's hype, people start jumping in, which means that once the correction hits, of course, a lot of people are going to lose money, and they're going to lose faith, and then they're going to preach to all their friends and families like, "No, I lost money on it." So
You only
But
lose
that's the
money if
stock
you
market
sell.
too,
Only
and
if you sell.
there's winners and losers in the marketplace.
which is a great thing, right? Because this is like the 21st century gold rush. And if I'm a gold miner, I don't actually want to tell everybody to go mine for gold. I'll tell my close friends and family, and then I'll be like, don't tell anybody else.
But that's as a gold mine, right? So see, I'm ideologically driven into this
To
space.
push the currency.
So he's
yeah,
pushing the
I hate
wars.
the wars. I hate the wars.
Expansion.
I hate the petrodollar. I hate the way that basically everything in our world is run by cartels and by the Fed. And I believe in this as an actual hedge against our system.
Totally.
Which is
I just
corrupt.
want a lot of
It's
money
corrupt.
so I could eat steaks every day.
Yeah.